Hello everyone, this is Revi, and this is Melloi the second, side story, whatever you call it. Anyways, I'm just gonna play through this for the sake of showing it off. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't introduced myself. I am Lord Melloi the second. I am a mere human who became the spirit origin of the famous strategist from Three Kingdoms period in China. The second? Why the second? Right, I was originally a third-rate noble from the countryside. For certain reasons, I took after my mentor and inherited his name. Excuse me, Lord Melloi II. When you say Lord, do you mean Lord of the Mages Association? Yes, I represent one of the 12 noble families that operate the Clock Tower, the center of the Mages Association. Lowest rank, though. Did you know Director Olga Marie? What time period are you from, anyway? Same as Revi, I'm from the 21st century. Before I knew it, I became a pseudo-servant. A pseudo-servant? Like me? Are you someone that was empowered by the heroic spirits? The result was the same, but the idea is different. There's nobody identical to you in this time. Originally, it's impossible to form a demi-servant, just the same as it's impossible for Daphne to be born among vampires. As I'd expect of a Clock Tower mage, you probably understand the logic behind the impossible. That's right, Ashton is an extremely unique example of success. It'd be hard to recreate an accident. I'm glad to hear that. I would have suggested an immediate dismantling of Chaldea if it was such a screwed up organization. Foul! Sorry, that was insensitive of me. You aren't guilty of anything, ma'am. I would like to correct myself. Well, you can't deny that creating demi-servants was an inhumane experiment. Your feeling of disgust is justified, Lord Melloi. Even more so if it comes from justice and morals. That aside, please continue your explanation. What are pseudo-servants? Yes, I shall answer that question. A pseudo-servant is someone possessed by a heroic spirit. Those heroic spirits who can't become a servant. Perhaps they are higher beings like divine spirits, or their spirit origins can't be created by Chaldea. In order to summon them as servants, human vessels are sometimes used. That is what a pseudo-servant is, using the human body as a catalyst to forcefully summon a heroic spirit. So, pseudo-demonic possession? Question mark? Oh, Revi looks confused. Obviously because it's a particularly unique case, right? In short, it's someone's being possessed by a ghost. Then the psyche of the possessed is overwritten by the heroic spirit. I'm the opposite. I only took the role of Zhuge, because Western logic doesn't match Eastern logic. But with the greater good of protecting humanity in mind, we share a common goal. That's why after a discussion with the strategist on who should control the body, I ended up staying because of my knowledge of modern arts. I see, that's very much Zhuge Liang. Just like he did at the end of his life. The important thing was for someone to execute his strategies without participating on it. In other words, he found the one capable of his strategy, so he decided not to appear. That's right, we've only talked for a bit, but it's obvious he's more of a monster than history described. I didn't feel like I was talking to a human. Can you fight? Foul. I would have been incinerated if I was just a human. By becoming one with the heroic spirits, I temporarily became a servant. Follow me, I will show you proof. Around here is fine. Enemy approaching. Prepare for battle. You will immediately see if I can fight as a servant. In turn, I will assess your potential as a master. Kill two birds with one stone, right? Wait, I don't even have you in my party. Well, you're in the back row, and that's about it. Huh? Oh dear. Haha, it froze on me. Here goes my context. Out of the servants in this game, Zhuge Liang is considered to be one of the best casters in the game. For a very simple reason. Oh dear, now the voice effects aren't playing. This is really odd. The app's glitching out on me today. Forgive me. Wow, this thing is tanky. Anyways, back to Zhuge Liang, or Lord Melloi II. He's one of the best casters in the game. If you have him, use him, grind him up. Seriously, he is good. Early on, he doesn't seem that good, mainly due to his early skill set just being one gain critical stars thing. But in his first ascension, you get the skill that allows him to, increase the defense of everybody in the party, which is something, at the moment, I don't really have any servants that can do that besides MASH, so, yeah. Zhuge Liang is good, and I've heard Tamamo is good too, as in my waifu. Tamamo is best girl, okay? Okay? She's freaking adorable, and I love her. I mean, yeah, she does have a minor yandere streak, but at heart, she's just a sweetie who wants to care for her master. Or husband, in this case. She will use husband to refer to whoever's with her. Seriously. Up, and there goes Archer. And by that, oh, hey, look, it's our guest of the day! Da-da-da-da! Anyways, here's his skills. Oh, this is increasing critical strength and MP gauge for one ally. And this is the one I was just talking about, where this is really good! This is really good! Hey, did you know? Athlete of the Hun could do this. Giga Drill Breaker! I have no clue why I decided to give her the aesthetic of a Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann character. I guess they were really bored one afternoon. Speaking of servants from Fate Extra, here's Nero. I actually do like Nero as a character, I just don't like her character design. I mean, seriously, I get it they were trying to troll everyone into thinking it was Artoria right over here. Because, well, that's funny. I like messing around with my viewership too. By messing around, I mean when I'm actually writing stuff. I like to mess around with people's expectations and whatnot. Because that's fun. But, seriously, just don't give two characters, like, the same design. Seriously. Okay? You could've just given her a more different design, maybe had her hair down, maybe made her look a little bit different. Tease her as, oh, maybe she's related to Artoria some way, and then it turns out to be Nero, and everybody's like, oh. Anyway, otherwise, I like Nero's character. The enemy response is still spreading. It's massive. Just how excited are they? This is no time to be an odd doctor. Do something! Sorry, there's nothing I can do besides scanning the area. You just have to handle it by yourselves. Got it. It means I can only rely on Senpai, right? Sorry, Doc. Let's do this, MASH! I see. Aren't you a courageous one? No plans, but you sure got guts. Not bad at all. You remind me of myself in the past. In that case, I shall show my true strength. Of course, this is merely on the path of me reaching him. But it seems this will be a fruitful contract. So yeah, demi-servants. Previously, in the Fate series, they were a very minor thing. They were just stated, oh hey, they could happen, they exist, I guess, and that was about it. Another fun fact! Mash, she was originally a candidate for... Well, her character idea was originally a candidate for one of the heroines from the original Fate Stay Night. Interestingly enough. Why she was cut, I have no clue, but I think it probably has something to do with the plot or something. That or the writing didn't exactly match up. Mash is a pretty fun character. I like her. She's cute. That should be a brave chain. I'm sorry! Red Saber. I also like to call Altoria, Lucina 1.0. Well, Lucina after Erika and whoever else, because she really reminds me of Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening. Must be that whole serious, no-nonsense personality, the fact that they're both total dorks underneath. Which is strange considering the fact that they're not voiced by the same voice actress in English. Nor in Japanese, I think. I don't know who actually voiced Lucina in Japanese. Who did? It definitely wasn't Artoria here. It definitely wasn't. So yeah, Nero. I also like her sword, the Aestus Estus or whatever. I can't do Roman. I'm sorry. I must admit I kind of have bitter feelings toward Rome, especially in regards to their mythos, which is literally just Greek mythology. Just they swapped some of the names around and called it a day, and maybe some of the events too. I don't know, I just never really liked Roman myth. It's probably due to it's mostly due to its similarities to Greek myth and whatnot. I mean, sure, there are many other mythologies that borrow stuff from other mythologies. Take Japanese myth, for example. Japanese, Korean, and Chinese myth. While I don't know much about Korean or Chinese myth, all I really know about Chinese myth is Wukong the Monkey King and Hoi the Archer, but yeah, there were some similar elements in those two mythologies. So it would make sense why they're so close to one another in terms of what they teach and their values. Simply because, well, they exist in countries that just so happen to be very close to one another. And I'm pretty sure Rome and Greece were fairly close to each other too. It's just Roman myth is just Greek mythology, except they renamed everything and altered a few events. That's about it. That's about it. I never liked that. It's just I don't understand. Anyways. Do you like being cheap? Because I like being cheap. Spam the noble phantasms! I don't know much about, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, honestly. I only know a few events. And I know that Zhuge Liang was a very famous, strategist in that series of wars. It's a bit like I guess you could say it's a bit like the Sengoku period in Japan, when everybody was basically fighting against one another. Also, I really like this music that plays in the background whenever Altoria does her Noble Phantasm. It's very epic. Music, plus the way the music plays, it reminds me a bit of Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is pretty cool, I guess. Not my favorite franchise in the world, but hey, it's cool. seems to accuse the Fate series of being confusing, but really, if you start from some of the beginnings of stuff and follow the plot, and at least pay a little bit of attention, then it'll mostly make sense. Also, fun fact, the Fate series' H scenes suck. They are not good. Seriously. Okay, it started out as an H series, we know, but it wasn't exactly focused on the H. Heck, in fact, it was the artist who wrote the, no, Nero! Yeah, bye, Nero. The one that wrote the H scenes was not Kinoko Nasu, the man behind this, but rather it was his artist who did this. Yeah, the person who drew Artoria and these other characters here. Well, not counting Madako, who did quite a lot of the characters from Fate Extra. So yeah. The battle is over. 3 times more tired than usual. It was a disaster, huh? Foe! I'm relieved that you and Foe both made it. Those wild beasts had their eyes on the two of you. I was doing everything I can. Foe? You're done?
So, how did I do, Revi? Did I pass? You've convinced me! That's good. I'm finished assessing you two. As you can see, I can fight as a servant. You might be unsatisfied with my firepower, but I can make up with it with my intellect. Oh, he's definitely a first-rate servant. I mean, all pseudo-servants are exceptional cases to begin with. Revi, eventually you'll be able to meet a pseudo-servant who fused with a god, I think. Probably. Well, I am a special case. Most vessels are chosen to become pseudo-servants. In other words, mages already possess powers. And when heroic spirits possess humans, they choose those who closely resemble themselves, so of course they are powerful. Those integrated when transmigrate into a third personality, a new personality if you will. Those kinds of servants are troublesome. After all, they tend to think like divine spirits. They will probably be completely selfish and ask for all kinds of impossible. Then you'll know that I'm one of the better ones. Well, let's save that for the future. Good job, Revi. Come home with Mr. Melloi II. I couldn't fight with you, but I can welcome you home with a warm cup of tea. I love him. Roman is a cinnamon roll. He is a good boy.
Yay! Anyway, what was I talking about? Well, let's look at our new info for Lord Melloi. Pseudo-servant. A heroic spirit that cannot become a servant because they have summoned into the actual world by using a human body as its vessel. Several other pseudo-servants have been confirmed aside from Lord Melloi II. So, as I was saying, in actuality, the person who wrote the H scenes in the original Fate Stay Night was not Kinoko Nasu. It was Takashi Takeuchi. Yeah, you're good at art, dude, but seriously, work on your porn! You can't write porn for shit! You can't write porn for shit! Here I was thinking that females couldn't write porn for shit, and by females, I mean romance novelists. How come writers can't write porn for shit? Why am I ranting about this? I better stop this video before it gets too out of